Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Las Vegas Raiders. With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor fighting him off. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. And now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for runs. This is intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Weeks. That's caught by Waller out left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, Weeks. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, a shaky start for both quarterbacks now. We had the interception on the opening drive, and now they throw it right back to him.
So does that mean we're really kind of starting from the beginning, Brandon, right? Both of them have done it, so we kind of start from scratch. Looks to me like both of these defenses have done their homework, and they're executing quite well.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. Taylor. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Point after here coming up. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun. Weeks buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there for the Raiders. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching, and how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Bring it!
Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. Oh, he shifts past him. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 44 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Second down and goal. Wentz flushed out right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Carson Wentz keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Grover Stewart. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. From the gun, Weeks. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Weeks. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. And he will find his man Ruggs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Wentz now to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And it's caught. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
Throwing is Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kylan Granson there to make the grab. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Weeks, flush to his right. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They've been starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. A give for Taylor running right side. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 62 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week 1. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Wentz on the drop off to Taylor. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Weeks will swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll make it a second down. Looking to throw. Weeks. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Wentz now on first down, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kylan Granson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Weeks. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on first down. Weeks. And he can't escape, and down he goes. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
They go play action here on first down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A big play there for the Raiders. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders are able to eat just a bit into this sizable deficit. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try the left side with Taylor.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Play action. Now Wentz. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On play action, Wentz. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Colts send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Back to throw. Weeks flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
On 1st and 10, Weeks. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. Fights him off. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Looking to throw. Weeks rolling to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Raiders 27.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Fighting to stay upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. They'll try and sneak it here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Wentz. Got a man complete, it's Taylor.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. On play action, it's Wentz. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
They gonna need some therapy after this. Mike 48, Mike 48. Hey, come on, oh, come on. Great 15, great 15. Bang, 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 bang.
Now Wentz. And that's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked
picked off at about the 31. And the Raiders are right back in this football game.
Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Corey Willis. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Again, it's Taylor.
Oh, nice move. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now a play fake. Wentz looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Nate Hobbs.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
All day, every day.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Weeks. He's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He'll buy some time right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Touchdown! Darren Waller, 43 yards.
And the Raiders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Raiders 42.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Jonathan Taylor with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Blankenship out for the point after. And the lead is up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Looking to throw. Weeks, flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Corey Willis. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. It got his man complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Campbell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Colts have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
2nd down and 3. From the gun, Weeks eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to and he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You can just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Indianapolis, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,